Carlos Nelson with Cascade Media, and today uh, we have launched our new program and initiative that we're trying to take nationwide called The Conversation. And today we're getting ready to have the conversation with one of our vice chairman of the county legislature, Megan Marshall. How are you doing today, Megan?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on.
Uh, let's get right into it. Let's talk about the latest things and the latest changes at the county, and then I want to go into what you feel 2024 has in store.
Okay, well, the most recent news at the county on Monday, last week, Monday, the legislature voted to put the 3/8 cent sales tax, the new sales tax on the ballot for the Chiefs and the Royals' new stadium. I was one of the votes who was not in favor of overriding Frank White's veto. And that was basically for the reason of we didn't have enough information from either teams. We didn't have a lease agreement, something legally binding from the teams that would explain to our taxpayers what they would be expected to receive and could look forward to for their approval of the 3/8 cent sales tax. And so that was primarily my reason for not being in favor of it. However, the legislature did override the veto, and it's going to be on the ballot in April.
Well, talk to me about you getting this new position as vice chairwoman.
Well, I was vice chair last year.
Oh, you was?
Yes, yes.
Who is the chair?
Right now, the chair is legislator Jeanie Lauer. She represents the 5th district.
And what district do you represent?
I'm third at large. So that just means I have to live in a certain area, but my constituency is the entire county.
Hasn't some things changed? I thought I was looking at the news last night, and they were saying that the Royals were talking about staying in Jackson County about this tax increase.
Well, neither teams have said that they were interested or seriously pursuing leaving the county. That was never said by either of the teams. The push, though, the expedited wanting to having this on the ballot was something that was self-imposed by the Royals because they have plans of wanting a new stadium, none of which they've shared with the legislature or the public. So that was the kind of urgency for them wanting it on the ballot. But their current lease that they have, both teams, ends in 2031.
Tell me this: when boy, time just flies. You say I was last year, but there were a lot of issues during the election that people were saying was wrong with the county audits and all this stuff. Where did in all of that the things go as it relates to some of the things that the new legislatures felt that they were coming on board to correct?
Well, when you
All
mean
right,
election?
it was so many things. It was the bronze statues out front. One of the Confederates or Jackson or whatever. Uh, they were saying that money was missing over the years, and it just was different things. And the ship. It seemed like the new legislators have been trying to right the ship.
Well, all of those issues with the statute remaining, that was a ballot measure that was that election happened before we had even been elected to the legislature. So that was the legislature prior to us. As far as money missing, I haven't heard anything along
When I
those.
say money, it's I'm saying there's been accounting problems and different things. And to me, it's a new day moving forward. But I know I had interviewed and the property tax issue. Where is that now? I know they gave some extended deadlines, and and all of that. How's
They
that?
did. I would say the biggest thing that came out of the property tax issue from last year was now this year we have in our budget funds to implement the senior tax relief. And so from what the state passed with SB 190, we passed an ordinance to implement our own version for seniors in the county. And so that is going to be implemented this year for those who qualify to take advantage of that program. So that I think is a huge step in the right direction for the property tax issue.
How engaged was your district in contacting you and in relations to the property tax?
Oh, very engaged. I got emails constantly from constituents because a lot of the process was just very confusing. And we're working, to get that more streamlined and get the education piece tied up. But I got emails and phone calls from many constituents who just wanted to understand, they wanted help, or a lot of them, were they didn't agree with their assessments and needed help just walking the process through to help them get an appeal and all those things. So it was a huge learning experience while I tried to help, everyone that contacted me. But we, waded through it. And I think that really opened up the eyes of not just me, but the rest of the legislators and also the administration side to how things can be done better to implement that process. So I'm looking forward to things being a lot smoother in the future.
Has the relationship with the county and the city gotten any better?
I think the relationship has always been good.
Well, from an insider point of view, I think there had been some friction, but again, that probably had to do with some of the last administration before the new legislature. But let's go to the Kansas City School District. The city and the county is not really responsible, but I think the school district is in such uh, need of some capital. Does the county plan to work with the district on anything specific?
Well, the school districts, the county has multiple school districts within the county. So when we look at giving support, whether it's in financial resources or otherwise, we have to look at it from a holistic approach. But that is under the city's purview. That's not necessarily a county responsibility as far as the school.
Well, no, I wasn't saying. Let me say this: it's more so. I don't think that the and I'm concerned with the KCP, the urban core school districts. I don't think that they can really perform without some the way they need to from an economic standpoint without help from the county and the city. And that to me, as I said with the conversation, I ran that list of having a conversation. How can we make the things better? Like you said, you had that learning experience with the tax, and uh, this next year is going to be much easier. You'll put some things in place. So,
Well, the property tax is a huge portion of property tax goes to the local school districts for that
right.
taxpayer. So that's what funds the school districts.
So tell me this: what do you see 2024 with the county?
Mhm.
Do you have some special projects that you're really interested in seeing take place? As I said, has on the property tax, has your constituents contacted you on some other things that they would like to see take place?
They have. Well, in addition to the senior tax rollout that I mentioned earlier, one of the things that I'm working on this year is expanding veterans services for veterans in the county. So that would include, working with municipalities, getting what they call veteran service officers that helps connect those veterans and their families to benefits and services in their area and helping them access whether it be state benefits or federal benefits, and just really being that connector for veterans. We also have initiatives with broadband expansion in the urban and rural area. So that's something that we're looking to put some funds behind and start closing that internet gap, access to internet. And another thing is with opioid awareness and being able to have town halls and things of that sort with other nonprofit organizations who are spreading awareness for opioids and giving different type of precautions and resources in place for those families and community members who they don't have answers, but they're dealing with a lot of these challenges that come from opioid use.
Do you think, do you have any opinion on these, the murder rate here in Kansas City?
Well, I think it's outrageous, and I think that that's something that the county prosecutor and the Kansas City Police Department and the city have to get on one accord and work together to actually put things in place that are going to help solve these challenges. I know in the past that they haven't really been harmoniously working together, but now with a new prosecutor coming on board at the end of this year or beginning of next year, rather, after the election, my hope is that will be that relationship will be cultivated, and it's the legislature's responsibility to ensure that the prosecutor's office has the appropriate funds so that they can operate at an optimum levels to do a lot of these things that we're saying that our challenges, the murder rate and property theft and things like that.
On a 1 to 10, put you on the hot seat a little bit. Do you think combat is doing a good job?
I do. Yeah, I think everything can be improved, but I do think combat is doing a good job with the services they have and with the challenges that they face. Because those different organizations that go out and actually do the work, it's very tolling on not just the organization but the individuals who run that organization. So I really do think that they're doing the best they can, and just like the prosecutors, the county legislature has to make sure that they're properly funded, and also that they're held to account, to the things that they're trying to do and things that they want to do. So I do think they're doing the best they can. Yeah, I think they're doing a good job.
Yeah. You are so receptive, Megan, when you talked just now about the people that's doing that job. It takes a toll on them. And they soldiers on the ground where a
Mhm.
lot of us wouldn't even dare deal with some of these things. And I think that uh, I take my hat off to them too. So,
Yeah.
uh, is there anything that you would like your constituents and our audience to know before we close out?
I would say, well, the first thing I would like to impress upon those that will view this is to pay attention to the information that is coming out in regards to the April ballot measure with the 3/8 cent sales tax. It's my hope and desire that I'm going to get out there, do town halls also to spread information to the voters so that when they do go vote, they are well informed and they can make an informed decision when they vote. So I would say to please pay attention to those different things. I'll give you also, Mr. Nelson, the information so you can spread it as well.
Sure.
But I would also say that if there's any questions or concerns from any constituent on any matter, my line is always open. I don't have all the answers, but I'll figure out where to go get them. And I'm here to serve. So I would encourage anyone who has any type of difficulties or an idea to reach out.
Well, uh, I'd like to. I'm stealing Jim Watts' closing again. It was a plum pleasing pleasure having you on the show. Hey, Megan, that's how Jim closes. I'd be like, Jim, cut out all the niceties, man. Uh, so I like stealing his closing. Then he'd be mad. Why you steal my closing? So this is our closing and our motto. When you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. Good day.
This is brought to you by Kansas City Business Association, working to improve our community.